In this video, we will continue with compound angle formula. You will find this on page 449 in the Namibian AS-Level Mathematics textbook, y equals mx plus c to success. Let's look at another example, and this is again a typical test or examination question. Okay, I'm just going to make it a bit bigger, that you can see better. Okay, let's start. Given that tan A equals t, this is very important, I'm even going to underline it, and tan A plus B is equal to 4. Find tan B in terms of t. Okay, now I'm going to start with this green there. Now, can you see this is my compound angle of tan? So let's use the formula. So it's going to be tan A, same sign, plus tan B, divide 1, different sign, minus tan A multiplied tan B, and make it 4 over 1. Then what am I going to do? I'm going to cross multiply. That's what I did there. Okay, but now I come to this red part, which I showed you here. So every time I see tan A, do you see there was a tan A? I could have actually put this step first in. Let me just write it in, just for the video's sake. I'm going to fill it in. I could have said it was actually tan. Okay, let's just, yes. Tan A plus tan B is equal to 4, 1 minus tan A, tan B. Okay, and now don't forget. So every time I see tan A, do you see? I put a T. I see tan A, I put a T. So I could have put this step in to help you a little bit. Okay, so now I'm sitting with this. So I'm rid of the tan A. I'm just sitting with tan B. Now I'm just going to simplify. I multiply. Okay, I take everything to one. Okay, let me take the, can I just show you? I'm taking all the terms with tan B to one side. Did you see? And all the other ones to the other side. Then I take tan B out as a common factor. Okay, and then I divide. And there I have. In terms of find tan B in terms of t. That's what I do. Now, I want to show you how the words in the examination is helping you. If you see this one, it's just standing, solve the equation. If they said, hence, solve the equation, then it means that A must actually help you in B. But if they just start with solve the equation, then it's actually meaning A and B are total different sums. It's almost like number 1 and number 2. So it's not going to be influenced by A. So I'm just going to start totally scratch from the new with this new equation, which is 2 tan 45 minus x equals 3 tan x. Okay. So basically, I'm just going to first divide by 2, okay, to get this. Now I can follow my rule because I'm actually trying to see if I have a compound angle. And there I see it, it's going to be the tan one. So basically, I can actually move it up still, up to there, because it's just B that I'm working with. Okay, now I'm going to follow my compound for tan. So it's going to be tan 45 minus tan x. Okay, remember, same sign. And then it's going to be 1, and then opposite sides, tan 45 tan x. Okay, don't forget, as soon as you see tan 45, there I see tan 45, there I see, I always know it's 1. And can I show you again? Maybe you didn't watch the previous video, so let me just show you in this video again. Why? Because this is an isosceles triangle, and it was my, let me get my pen correct, so this was the 90, this was the 45, so this was 45, and it was 1 square root 2. So tan of 45 is opposite over adjacent. So always, if you see tan 45, remember it's equal to 1. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to there just put a 1. Do you see my 1 there? Can I just make the color 1? And there I put 1 multiplied tan x, so it's just going to be this. And then I'm going to cross multiply, and that's what I did there. And then it's going to be 2, and it's going to be this, and it's going to be this, and it's going to be this. And then I'm going to take everything to one side. Okay, and I'm trying to form a quadratic equation. So if I take this over, so it's negative 2, so it's going to come positive. So 3 plus 2, it will be that 5 tan x. This is positive 2, it becomes negative 2, and that one was there. And now I have my trinomial. And as soon as I see I have a trinomial, there's my x squared, this is my x term or my square term, just my x or just to the unknown 1, and there's the negative 2. And I factorize, and don't forget, it's in group A. So if I must think of this, it's 3 and 1 and 2 and 1. And let's test it. Not group A, sorry, I'm repeating myself. It's in group B, and maybe you picked it up. So this is going to be 3 minus 1. And that's not going to work. So I'm going to just replace this 2 and make it 1 and 2. And that's going to be 6 because it's group B. 6 minus 1, and that's going to be 5. And then my biggest over cross product, get my pen correct, my biggest over cross product is going to get the middle term. So it's plus and it's minus. And then it's going to be 3 tan x minus 1 and tan x plus 2. And then I'm going to put this equals 0, this equals 0, and tan x is a third, and tan x is negative 2. And now I'm going to solve both. So remember, tan can have a negative. If it was sin x, it cannot be negative 2 or cos, but tan can. Okay, so I get my basic angle from the third, and that was, and remember, 2 decimal places, so it's 18.43. And where is tan positive? It's in the first and it's in the third. And then it's this first one, correct to 1 decimal place. And first add, because it's 180 plus, and then simplify to 1 decimal place. And then this one, where is it negative? In the opposite, so it's in the second and the fourth. And again, first get your basic angle. So shift tan, don't press the negative, just 2. Shift tan 2 equals, make sure your calculator is on degrees, and I get 63.43. And then I subtract for that one, and for this one I say 360 minus 63.43, and I get my, so actually I'm having how many answers? 1. Usually I write it in ascending order. So 2, do you see there? 1, 2. And then you see 3, and then you see 4. Okay, doesn't matter. As long as you have 4 answers, you will get full marks. Okay. I want you to stop the video, and I want you to do try now 12, number A and number B. Again, you can continue the video as soon as you are finished. Okay, there's number 3. Number 12. Let's just start with it. Okay, number A. Show that the equation can be written. So it's actually to help you. But let's start. So if I'm first going to rewrite it. So I must arrive at that answer of it's a quadratic trinomial. So it's 45 plus x. And that is equal to 4 tan 45 minus x. Okay, and that is equal, okay, now I'm going to use my rules. And remember, you're going to use, there's the compound, do you see that? Can I just underline it for you? There is the compound, here also, so you have 2, so use it 2 times. Okay, let's start. It's tan, the first one, same sign, plus tan, the second one, over 1, opposite sign, and then the first one and then the second one. Okay, and to move it a little bit to this side, and then it's equal. Don't forget your 4, put a bracket. Do exactly, but now be careful, it's negative. So it's tan 45 minus tan x, and it's over, okay, and then it's 1 opposite sign plus tan 45 tan x. Okay, and now I'm going to, okay, before I cross multiply, always what I said, if you see tan 45, just make it 1. So let's just rewrite it. So it's going to be, okay, I'm first going to show you where I see them. Let's make it the same color. You see there I see 1, there I see 1, there I see 1, and there I see 1. So replace that all with 1s. So it's 1 plus tan x over 1 minus tan x equals 4, bracket, I put it over 1, and then it's going to be 1 minus tan x, 1, oh, division stripe, 1 plus tan x. Okay, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to cross multiply. Now remember, I can just keep the 4 there in front of this bracket. So yeah, if you want, you can, okay, it's unnecessary. It's just for a very simple thing. It's not necessary that you do it, but I always really want you to understand. So I just show you, because it's 4, so it's actually like this. The 4 is on top. Unnecessary step, especially in exams, but for my video, I really want to show you everything. Okay, just showing you. Okay, so, and put your brackets, and it's 1 term equals 1 term, so I can cross multiply. So it's going to be 1 plus tan x multiply 1 plus tan x. Okay, do you see that that's exactly the same? Oh, my pen, sorry. Tan x. And that's equal to 4, 1 minus tan x. And it's going to be 1, also 1 minus tan x. Also double again. Okay, and now I'm just going to multiply it in. So if I multiply, so this is going to be 1 plus tan x plus this one, tan x, plus this one, and that's going to be tan, remember the square is there, x. Actually, because it was 2, you could have squared the first one, multiply the 2 with each other, multiply with 2, and square the last one. Okay, and then it's going to be exactly the same. Again, I do it a little bit long, but it's all right. So 1 minus tan x minus tan x. Okay, let's just go for that finals. Plus tan squared. Remember, a negative times a negative, so it's going to be plus tan squared. Okay, so this is going to add up to 1 plus 2 tan x plus tan squared x. And this is going to be 4. Okay, I can actually multiply it already in because this is negative 2, just that sign difference there. So negative 2, and then if you multiply with 4, then it's negative 8 tan x. Okay, because this is negative 1, so negative 2 times 4, negative 8 tan x. Plus, then I don't have to put another step, that's too obvious, tan squared x. Okay. And then I move it up, and now what do? I just take everything to one side. Now, because I want the tan squared x to be positive, so I take it to everything to this side. Okay, so I'm going to put my 0 here. Usually I put it underneath, but it's not going to now. In this case, it's going to be better okay, so I'm going to, so it was the 4 tan square x plus that tan, okay, not plus, sorry, do you see it's coming over? So it's going to be minus tan square x. Okay, and then it's going to be minus 8. Remember, I'm on this side, on the right-hand side, so minus tan x. Again, I'm bringing over, so minus 2 tan x. And then I'm sitting with the 4, and the 1 is coming over, so it's minus 1. Okay, and if I simplify this, it's going to be 3 tan square x, okay, minus 10 tan x plus 3. Okay, and now I'm going to check my question again. Okay, now, oh, I have so many lines now. Okay, it's exactly. So it's 3 tan square x minus 10x plus 3 equals 0. And I showed it. I don't have to write. It's not the proof, so it's just like that. Okay, and now what I showed you in the previous one, I'm going to do number B here. Can you remember I said in the previous question, and I want to say this again to you. I just want to get that line away. Okay, I'm just going to see if I can quickly do it like that. Sorry. Like that line now. Oh, it's fine. Necessary time. Okay. I want to show you in the previous question. Can you remember that I said to you, if they don't say hence, then it's actually a total separate question, A and B. It's like 1 and 2, because there was not a hence. But now, if you look at this one, I'm going to move it up. Now you see that word which I said, hence. That's usually when A is going to help you in B. Because, and you can see it, that is exactly that. And actually, they want you to work with this. So in the exams, if you don't get A correct, don't go on, then just take this one that you had to show and continue, because that is very easy. Okay, so basically, I'm just going to say number B. I can basically just say I'm taking that 3 tan square x minus 10 tan x plus 3, and that is equal to 0. And I'm going to factorize. Okay, now it's group A, so it's 3 and 3. So let's just see. If I make it 3 and 1 and 1 and 3, because that's 9 plus 1, because it's group A, and that's 10. Okay, don't forget, the signs are the same, and the signs takes the middle sign. And what is the middle sign? Negative, negative. And then don't forget, it's going to be tan x, tan x. You don't have to work with that case anymore. You are now good. Okay. So it's going to be 3 tan x minus 1. And let's just get this pen correct. And tan x minus 3. And that's going to be equal to 0. Then I put this equals 0 and this equals 0. So if I put this equals 0, and you don't have to show that, you can just say, if it's equal to 0, it's going to be a third, because it's going over, so it's positive 1, and I divide by 3. Or, if I put this, then it's going to be, in this case, 3. And again, they said, okay, and it's very, very important. If you come to this step, I showed you in the previous video, look up, just go to the question again. And they said x is just bigger than 0 and smaller than 90. That means that I will basically, both will have a cost diagram, and I'm going to show it now in this case here. This is going to have the cost, and this is going to have a cost, but they are telling you that it's just between 0, so it means block out, block out, block out, block out. So it's just in quadrant 1. Okay, and in quadrant 1, it's positive. Do you see? So what is my basic angle here? And I'm going to use my calculator to get that. I'm just going to press and make sure I'm in degrees. Before you start, make sure your calculator is on a D. Okay, otherwise go mode, and 1. That is on degrees. Okay, then I'm going to say shift, tan, and I like bracket, 1 divide 3, close the bracket, equals, and 2 decimal places, 18.43. Then this one, the same. Then it's shift, tan, and that is going to be 3 equals. And this is 2 decimal places, 71.57 degrees. Now, can I just show you? If this one was a sin or a cos, because remember, the sin of a cos cannot be bigger than 1 or negative 1. But because, can you remember, this one can go on and it's doing this, that's why it can be bigger than 1 if it's a tan. Okay, and then, so I'm just going to say, therefore, because it's now here, can I show you? It's going to be here, it's going to be here. Okay, that's the angle, but now I make 1 decimal place. So therefore, make it x. That was the angle towards the x-axis, but x is 18.4 degrees. Now 1 decimal place, and therefore x is 71.6. 71.6 degrees. And that is my final answer.